You are welcome once again to the Guru's Perspective. We just finished analyzing 29th of May 2023 when the President-elect shall be sworn in. And we equally give kudos to those who were saying that yes, it will not be too good when litigation are still going on and the President will be sworn in. And of course, we brought it to the point of standing tall above many other topics. That for now, that is the position of the Constitution. So nobody can stop it until the law is amended to accommodate that. In Kenya, it's better done. In Kenya, how many days is given? We did those things. You must finish everything that has to do with the election. But for Nigeria, this is what we should be saying now is that we should look into a national assembly that is erudite enough, robust enough, and patriotic enough, not a national assembly that will come to the rubber stamp of the executive. Because the 9th National Assembly that is going away, because between the 6th and 11th of June, the new National Assembly will be inaugurated. We should make sure and beg God that the 10th National Assembly will not be a liability on the people of Nigeria that elected them to represent them in that assembly. Because what we had of the outgoing National Assembly is nothing but disaster. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Not only just a rubber stamp, but a National Assembly that turned its back on the people of Nigeria. And they did it in their own way. And what was their own way? Their own way was a compromise of aggrandization, compromise of takeaway, compromise of padding, compromise of inciting, compromise that duped the whole country. For example, about 22 trillion that President Muhammadu Buhari had been borrowing from the CBN, which he called a budget, had just been approved by the National Assembly. This was accumulation of 7 years, a request that was never tabled before the National Assembly. The President was taking it and towards his exit point, he brought this into the National Assembly and asked for approval as if he was presenting a budget and telling them that please look at this budget and approve it for me. I remember Senator Dume from Borno State. He was the one who made the statement that, are we going for approving this budget? Is it a budget for our approval? Or we should ratify it, concord that, okay, you are spending the money, go on. But according to the words and languages of our Constitution, the 1999 Constitution, as amended, that thing that President Muhammadu Buhari just submitted to the National Assembly is an indictment. It's an indictable offense. But what do you see? The National Assembly had accepted it. So we should now pray that this incoming National Assembly should be patriotic enough to carry the Nigeria burden on behalf of the Nigerian. And don't forget that it was after Beavers failed to load to IREF that the President of the Senate, the outgoing President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawal, now told the Nigerians that Beavers was not meant to transmit results. It was meant to transfer results. And please, go and check the difference between transferring and remitting. Transferring and transmitting. Then you will see the great difference. Meaning, while the law was being done, when Nigeria were applauding them of what they told us that it was, they had other intentions. It was the outgoing president of the Senate that did not participate in an election, which he did not pick form for. He picked form for presidency to become a candidate in his political party. He went to contest and he was defeated flat at Eagle Square. on the day the primary was being taken. What happened? He returned back and met Machina so go away. And of course, a Supreme Court accorded him. Same thing happened to Akpabio, Godswill Akpabio, former governor of Akwa Ibom, Senator Akpabio. He was at Igbo Square contesting for candidate of the primaries of APC. Yes, he voluntarily relinquished that he surrendered his slot to Bola Tinubu, another aspirant, as it were then. But he came back and he was allowed to the National Assembly and as a senator. And we were told he won, and he has won. A man who picked a one form for and against the laws of the land. So it is for this reason that Nigeria should now beg for the National Assembly that is coming to be of care, so as to amend what is needed to be amended and improve what is needed to be needed, so that we can be gradually upgrading our game in the elections. For example, I am still of the opinion that beavers is good. If human hands that manipulated the error into beavers and beavers into the error are stretching by the vigilance of the Nigerian people, and if an amendment can be done and the act goes to the presidency and the president has set it, it becomes law by bringing electronic voting. And if diaspora will be allowed a place of voting as is being done in most countries that are civilized over the world, of course, beavers will move Nigeria to improve. The election will be better. So, based on that, as we want to beg the National Assembly, let me just say this in a minute. Today, as of today, the APC, including the president-elect, Bola Tinubu, had tactically agreed that Godswill Akpabio, Senator Godswill Akpabio, that same former governor, the man with this popular saying, what money cannot do, more money will do it, and more money has been doing it for him, is now going to be the president of the Senate, of the Committee. While Abbas Tajuddin will become the speaker. Abbas Tajuddin is from Zaria in Kaduna State. Godswill Akpabio is from Akwa Ibom in South State, geopolitical state. And if these people emerge as president of the National Assembly, don't forget the president of the Senate is the chairman of the National Assembly, and Abbas Tajuddin is the speaker. Then Nigeria will need maybe 365 days of fasting and prayer to be able to change the mind of the incoming National Assembly to amend the laws to a suitable one that will take Nigeria into the surfaces. Because these are a pullover of the old. So I wouldn't know what that wine, either the old wine in the new bottle or the new wine in the old bottle, how it will serve the Nigerians properly. But so far so good. This is the calculations that are on ground now. We shall wait and see. As the late brother said, we shall wait and see. The signs of